As part of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change on Drastic Reduction of Carbon Emission, the Environmental Health Council of Nigeria is collaborating with an American organization to carry out vehicular emission testing. The registrar of the council, Yakubu Baba, who made this known in Abuja during a flag-off for vehicular emission testing, says the aim is to have all vehicles and generators in the country operate with the acceptable standard.
The Nigerian government had, during the United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP26, in Glasgow, made a commitment to cut its carbon emission to net zero by 2060. As a follow-up to this promise, the Environmental Health Council of Nigeria says it has gone into agreement with the United States Automobile Organization to deploy its emission testing technology into the country.
And one of the key areas in the energy transition framework is to reduce vehicular emissions and also generator emissions. It's with this promissory note that the Council has entered into agreement to really take up the challenge of making sure that as a matter of regulations, that all vehicles operating in Nigeria must pass through the vehicular emission testing.
Aside from vehicular and engines emission testing, the organization will also train environmental health workers and develop research framework for tertiary institutions and School of Health Technology in Nigeria.
So there is going to be a framework whereby the teaching institutions will be part of the framework of the franchise of acquiring this very important equipment to be part of learning.
In Nigeria, there's a lot of sulfur in the fuel. So we can measure the sulfur. We can measure the nitro oxide. Like about 10 or 12 different gases in one go, or different particulate matters. This is stage 2 of the pilot test. During the first pilot test, we tested 100 vehicles. Phase 2 now is that we're taking the worst offenders and then we're installing after products on them to reduce the emissions.
The Environmental Health Council says so far about 100 vehicles have been tested, and with over 40,000 workforce across the country, it will partner with agencies and subnational governments to carry out more testing.